What's up, everybody? I'm Restless Tiger, and I'm a newer Star Citizen streamer, longtime Star Citizen player, and I had a nice conversation with my friends and some other people on my Twitch chat last night, and we have a little bit of a hot take on the 324 patch, so I'm gonna play that audio now. I'm streaming almost nightly over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Restless Tiger. After the video, if you guys have any comments that you want to leave with me or have an opposing opinion, then let me know down in the comments below. It's basically what I said. There's completely zero reason now to leave your hangar when even at a space station. You go in there, you can call your ships, even if they're destroyed. You can drop off your loot, you can access your inventory. Everything can be done from inside that hangar. And so there's no reason whatsoever to even come up the elevator to even see other people. You can even put your med bay in there, which is fine. This is not even a reason to come to the hospital. So there's
Yeah,
zero reason. They just completely ruined stations.
and you will also ruin the point of base building, because if I have like drawers and weapon racks, all that bullshit in my personal hangar, which has zero risk, why should I make a base to have my stuff as well? I just use that.
I think this has potential to ruin the social aspect of the game. That turned it into a single-player game where you can kind of run it. It reminds me of No Man's Sky from at the beginning. Now, I hate to say that, but in a way it does. Where I played with Pharaoh in No Man's Sky, and we had to talk in chat.
And what's the point of making StarCitizen so much catered to Care Bears and single players that want to be on multiplayer without a multiplayer aspect? They have Squadron 42 coming out, you know?
Yeah, Squadron 42 is the single player, you're right. Pharaoh in chat says in Beast of Bermuda, it's against the rules to help or do all that in global chat. You can't give locations and do all the mix packing shit. So yeah, that should be like this in here. You can't, like, we will pirate somebody. You think that that person we just pirated would go into a global message and the whole universe knows that, oh, there's millions of dollars of cargo, now we're screwed. And that's just the pirate aspect, or the call for help. Maybe send out a beacon, and someone has to actually go in the menu and actually read the beacon that you put out. If that should be their global chat. You come in here, this is just an opinion, just brainstorming. Come into beacons and, oh, a pirate, somebody put out a beacon that there was a pirate at Repel. Then you can accept it and go out and now try and stop the pirates or get the cargo or go salvage the wreck that just happened.
Make actually immersion features that are immersive and go with the gameplay, you know?
That would build immersion, and that would up the social aspect, because people would come up here and hang out and listen to what people are saying. You'd actually have to come up here and, like, in the station, like you do in Star Wars, like not you do in Star Wars, but like in Star Wars, that's how they got their information. You go hang out, you go see what people are saying, what are people talking about. People would actually use global chat, or not global chat, the proximity chat. Come up here and hang out. People are talking about the mission they're going to go on. Instead of secretly typing in party chat, you can actually go listen. Man, there, we just built immersion by removing one thing.
Yeah.
Remove the global immersion, it goes up by 50%, 100%, whatever. Stations eventually are going to be a waste of time, or waste when capital ships release anyway, because everyone's going to go do everything out of those. So they need to already be thinking of systems that lure players to the stations, job listings or crew hiring, filling up on gas, whatever.
They're just making features that will ruin future features. So they're wasting time developing that, and then when they develop the rest, they will need to adjust it again, because it just doesn't work.
I agree. Just that whole point that Pharaoh just brought up in chat, that whole point right there, just removing global chat builds immersion, like, so much. It really does. You'd have to, I mean, people will probably go into Discords more, but that's okay for groups. But
but that's the point of MMO.
Yeah,
You play with others.
CIG is catering to the single player base, and for MMO players like myself, Pharaoh speaking, there's not enough right now to call it an MMO for me. I agree.
Exactly.
And hangars just made that even worse, I think, just because, like I said, there's no reason to come out. There's not a single reason. Yeah, I like that thing though. Remove global chat. People have to come up. It's word of mouth. Beacons will actually be used, because if we're pirating, I hate, like you said, they call out on global, repel, 8 mil, and then the world shows up to fight us. Maybe they put up a beacon. Oh, like a news beacon. I just got pirated and repelled. There's something happening there. Someone can accept it, and the beacon goes away. I'm worried about that whole social thing now. The immersion's broken a little bit.
Yeah, the problem really with this game is the people making the game, they have zero experience in creating a game. That's just going off the concept, you know.
Some of them got years developing this game. This is why people think it's a scam. Filter feeding to the player base features that are not going to die, then release the new shiny toy and get people to spend more money over and over. I can see why some people think it is. I mean, it's fun. I still have fun in StarCitizen. I'm still gonna have fun pirating, but knowing that it could be like that much more with simple fixes.
Yeah, but they're feeding these people because like these single players, they cry all day long. Like it's like every game, every MMO, the PvEers like to cry about the things that they don't like because they are bad players. Because if they were good, they would not care about PvP, you know, just because they're slow.
Even if you're not good at PvP, they shouldn't cry. This is a space. Even if this is a space MMO, like they're trying to call it MMO. CIG is not me. It's more simulation right now than an MMO. But if it's an MMO, that's when you group up. You go to a social hub. Even as a solo player, at one time, I need a little bit of help. I've done it. I've tried to go through some MMOs solo, and I needed help with something, so I go to a social area. Hey, does anybody want to do this? I need a little bit of help. And then then after that, you either group up or you branch off and go back to your single player stuff. You can't be an MMO basically with that's done completely solo and then have all the solo players cry. So I think this whole cargo update ruins. Like I said before, we're repeating myself. The whole social feature is turned this into really solo player game until you run across me and my crew. Then it has to become a multiplayer game for you because we're looking for those people.
And also you ruin the base building. I'm telling you, you'll see.
Yeah. You think these hangars will ruin base building?
Yeah. Why would you have a base that you can lose your items on your base if you can just use the personal hangar?
That's such a good point.
Why I'm gonna risk stuff if I can just use a personal hangar and have all the? It's a base in the end of the day. Instance, but it's still a base.
I see that in a way, but you only get one, and that's the starting area. I think base building will be more prevalent whenever there's 10 systems out, and the only starting areas are in the outer circles, and it takes time to get to the middle one, and that's where you build your base.
Right.
Let's go ahead.
Listen, that will make even less useful to use a base because the hangar, it's an instance, and you can have your personal hangar in every place, right? So if I go to Everest, my personal hangar, and I put
your personal hangar is not in Everest. No, you get one personal hangar on your starting location. You come into an instanced hangar on Everest and all that, but it's not a persistent instanced hangar.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get one persistent hangar. The rest, every hangar is now instanced, but you get one persistent.
I see. Okay. That's not as bad as I was thinking.
Yeah. They're sensitive and cry all day, and companies are catering to these people instead of setting their identity and sticking to it. And the players that love your game will stay, and the crybabies will leave. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I love the game, and you hear me, I'm bitching right now pretty hard, but I still love the game and I'm still gonna play it. But I've never really cried to CIG or anything. That's why I'm gonna make a video out of this. But all the people that care enough that lose their 8 mil on a cargo run go and whine about it, like that dude yesterday. He was in a Corsair, wasn't even that much cargo, and cried for an hour. But I'm not exaggerating.
No, it was a Taurus. It's a bit more, but still.
Oh, a Taurus? It was a Taurus? It was a Taurus, excuse me.
Yeah, but still, like, how are you crying? You are watching a player for 45 minutes because you are a fucking baby. Like, that is harassment, you know? Like, if I was one of these PvEers, I would report him for harassing me.
That's what they were talking about, too.
Insulting me, insulting someone, sending them requests non-stop, just because you died with the gameplay loop. Like, relax, my friend.
Yeah. Throwing Liberty set its identity and basically said, if you don't like this, then don't fucking play our game. So yeah, Throne won't be massive or super popular, but the people that gravitate to it will be obsessed and love it. SC needs to figure out who they're making their game for, and
They're
make
making
decisions
their
based
game.
off that. Absolutely,
They're
absolutely.
making their game for the money. That's what they're making the game for.
Making the game for the money.
Yeah, and
That's such a good
unfortunately,
point.
these PvEers who like to cry are the ones who spend 2,000 euros in the game, usually. Because
Yeah,
a PvP player won't spend these extreme amounts of money in the game. An
well,
alpha game, at
I
least.
spent a lot in the game, but I also thought that it's going to be. I really did think this game, okay, it can cater to a lot of people. If those PVE players, this is just a brainstorm thought. Tell me what you think. The PVE players, let them do their PVE things. Send them on them little safe cargo runs where they don't make shit money. You know,
No,
money wise.
just send them to Squadron 42, man. And get the fuck out of MMO. If you cannot handle the heat, don't cook, you know?
There you go. That's a good point. And then, yeah, go to Squadron 42. Then let the PV or more hardcore players come to SC, just the live servers.
Because
That's not bad.
you don't even need to be hardcore player. Like, you just need to make a Zerg. Like, power in numbers, you know? Get together with people. But these guys, they don't like to...
Even
They are
then,
just single player.
if they had missions to cater to those people, let it, but don't make them not really worth the time. Because you remember that conversation we had the other day with somebody, where they're like, "Oh, well, I enjoy doing the cargo sim." Okay, do it and go make 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand, even 100 grand per thing. You know, go do that while we make millions, risking
Exactly.
our lives in the game and playing hardcore. While we make millions, go make your thousands. It's fine and enjoy. Since you're not playing for the money, like you said, go do it for the
Exactly.
cargo runs. Then you send them on little missions that they're not going to get harassed by us. But we're pirates, and then we play hardcore. And if you want to make the big money, you have your risk running into us.
Exactly. That's
I
how
think
it
that's
should
how
be, I
that should
believe.
go, and I think that they need to relook at these hangars. And I know this is wave one, but I mean these kiosks, these are trash, man. I'm just gonna say it like that. Take away me calling my ship in here. If you want us to have socialize in your MMO, this is not an MMO now. This patch turns this game back into a simulation. I would not consider this an MMO. I'm taking a hot take on this. Because you'd have to remove this fleet hangar for one thing, the fleet manager, move it back up there, and then move the inventories back up there. I mean, the fact that would force people to actually go up there and socialize. Remove the global chat. Bam, MMO. Am I wrong? Or no?
No, that you're right. Like their problem is that they are lost. You know, they are totally lost. They want to make money. They don't want to make a specific type of game.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make something that people are willing to pay for it. That's all.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, and I see why people would think that 100%. There's my hot take on 324. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. That's my first time to ever put together a YouTube video, edit a video, anything like that to a video. So again, thank you for sticking around as long as you did. And yeah, that was just our thoughts on what we think 324 is doing to the whole social aspect of Star Citizen. And Star Citizen already didn't feel alive. I mean, you never walked around the cities or spaceports and really saw anybody unless you were at the fleet manager. And I believe it's just that simple fix of put the fleet manager back up top, not in the hangars. Move the inventory back up top, not in the hangars, except your persistent one. Keep them in the persistent. That's fine. Keep them in your home. And in my opinion, just keep them there. But everywhere else, pull them back up top. And it's as simple as that. You might even get more social interaction because it takes more time to spend in that inventory screen. So you might have actually wait in line. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, if y'all want to catch me again, I'll be on Twitch just about every night, sitting at Rappel, looking for you guys.